Hey folks, this is Tobin from the Art of Warcast, providing some commentary on this game between Tom and Ben. Ben is playing Crab, as you can see, and Tom has Dragon. He has the Medicant. Yukuni is there, the full art of Kuni, and the Medicant. Oh, and the Sagasha Swordsmith, sorry. And then the Imperial Storehouse for him. Tom comes out to a pretty strong start here with the Swordsmith and the Initiate and Imperial Storehouse. He does not... I don't think he brings in Yukuni. There's a Monk. He's using Mia Satoshi's action.
A lot of holdings. This was mixed.
Yeah, no, I watched you shuffle it and cool, so with mine I pass.
Yeah.
So Tom passes. So the deck Tom has here is a monk-ish deck. Strong with the monk. Ben's deck is kind of Satoshi dependent, classic Satoshi dependent deck. So, and I missed what they said there, but
Prefer something
I'll
different.
sacrifice him to put the fate on himself.
he does. They had to.
The further away they are, that means like there's a difference from my fate.
Yeah, that's why I set mine on top of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they did there, where they discarded the keeper from the bottom.
And then I'll pass.
But Caillou Envoy, Satoshi. Caillou Envoy is always a good crab to put into play because it just throws the fear of way of crab into everybody. Right. So Tom bids 5. Ben bids 4. Now I am using a new camera on this, so it's a little bit better picture than the web camera that I was using. I'm using an SLR. But every once in a while, I notice that a box comes up because it's sensing. I've got the settings on the camera so that it senses hands or faces or something. Anyhow, I hope that isn't too distracting. So Tom is using the Swordsmith to get Kitsuki's Method, I believe that is.
I'll have another action here.
A fade because Tom spent a known amount of time shuffling. So we did a little fade there, cut out the 40 seconds or so. So everybody's passed. Tom's got a boatload of cards in his hand between Imperial Storehouse bidding 5 and the Swordsmith. I think that's 11 cards. Spyglass and Satoshi.
Don't have let go already.
I'm gonna let go of that spyglass.
And he lets it go
I did.
because he had 10 cards in his hand. He's got to have a let go. Odds are, right? We can see when he flays it out there, he's got a lot of attachments.
Cool. Can't do Coco.
Oh, you're playing that.
So for those of you who can't see, that is a Tainted Koku. -1/-1.
Yeah.
And when that character that it's attached to leaves play, the controller of Tainted Koku can assign it to another person.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be stupid. But you have 3 of those.
So Tom is playing Scorpion Splash.
Cool, I'll pass. I'll go to challenges. What do I want to do first?
So Tom is first player here. You can see the first player button up near the Art of Warcast symbol. Or player button. It's one of the, I think it's one of the tournament prizes. It looks like one. Total Escape did receive their Season 2 tournament kit, so we'll be having another tournament. That will probably be our an August tournament, maybe even a September one, because we're a little behind. This is one of 2 tournaments. We're going to have one on the 15th and the 22nd. So he's going Void,
Top 5 cards.
Yeah, for Keto.
Yeah.
and he has an Ancient Master, so he's going to search for a Kehoe.
So you are playing a monkish deck.
Monk-ish. Yes.
Yes, it is a monkish deck, for those of you who heard that. and he takes mantra of water. Now, this is important to remember. For those of you who haven't seen these videos before, I edit them before I provide commentary, so I know what's going on. Even though I didn't play in this one, I know what's going to happen in this, and that's very important to realize that it's a mantra of water. So Satoshi comes in to defend.
Your action first.
Ornate fan on Satoshi.
Court games targeting you.
So court games where Ben has to find somebody to dishonor. Obviously, it's going to be Satoshi. So now Satoshi is a 0-1, even with the ornate fan. No, 0-2. So the fan makes up for the 4. Yeah, he's a 0-1. Or 3-3, I guess. So now he's pumped up. And there's a fiery madness.
So I'm winning. Okay, I'll pass.
So Tom is winning, but I don't think he's breaking.
Yeah, well, I have a reaction.
Okay.
Spies in court.
Spies at court. Yeah, Tom has a pretty mean deck here. It's about It's about drawing more and keeping you down in your hand. There's character control in the form of the attachments like Teiden Koku and Fiery Madness, and there's hand control in the forms of Spies at Court. It's really quite a strong deck. And a unique approach to Dragon.
Trade conflict.
Yep, I pass.
Also pass. My conflict.
Yep.
There are just so many cards in Tom's hand.
So you are going to go with water.
So Tom does check. You're going to go with water? Yep. He had just read the card. So, and it's a shameful display that gets revealed under Yokuni. So the swordsmith is defending.
My action first. Yep. I'm going to shameful display, honor and dishonor.
Okay.
So now it's a 0-0 attacking. A 0 attacking 2? 1? Ah, there's a bonsai.
Will you interrupt? Okay, then I'll resolve it again. You can give me +4.
Okay.
So now it's a 4. 4 attacking 1. Okay, there it is. There's got to be something. Tom's got to have something. He's got a handful of attachments.
Okay.
So we only have 7 spyglasses in my house.
I'll pass.
You're not going to play spyglass?
I only have 1 spyglass.
If you had asked, borrowed some.
All right, so they're talking about how many spyglasses there are. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ben is, I believe, the oldest or the second oldest son of a man by the name of David Winter. He is a Hatamoto here in Colorado. He plays a lot of Crane. David went to the Kikumatsuri last year, and he's been to several. I think he went to Worlds. I'm not quite sure. But him and his 3 sons all play this game. And so they share a large cache of cards. And David was sharing with us after the tournament that it isn't quite large enough. He's still looking for another core set, maybe even 2. So David is so there are 4 winners who play in the same family and play this great game. That's pretty cool.
I pass, so I win though.
Yeah.
And I break.
So in the intervening commentary, Tom went Earth and broke,
You want to discard the card?
Yeah, discard the card.
Okay.
discarding and drawing himself because he went Earth.
And
And now Satoshi has a lot of things on him.
Then free conflict action.
A Koku, a fan.
Also, yeah.
I think that's a favored mount.
Yes, I do.
So then, phase begins. I'll react.
Okay.
Tom is using the mannequin tier to look at the top 3 cards of his deck and put them in any order. That's obviously a lot more valuable when you have a face up on your provinces, so you can decide whether you want the face up or something else. I've found the medicant isn't all that useful because I typically have the, all my characters are folded down or facing down.
So then, I will choose military.
If I ever go with Raise the Alarm
And
in Dragon,
rings get.
which I don't know that I would ever do that, but if I would ever go with Raise the Alarm in Dragon,
And I'm not discarding anything.
then Medicant would be useful. But that would be a lot of tracking.
7. 7.
I should have
8. Nope. Should be 5, 8.
Okay.
and
So Satoshi is there with all kinds of stuff on him, but he's still like a 0-4. Or maybe a 1-4. He's dishonored, so he's -2. He has a fan, Tainted Koku, Fiery Madness, and a favored mount, I believe. And there's a Crisis Breaker from Ben. There's a lot of talk about what roles the clans will play. And that's Tadakatsu coming out here. He has the opponent choose the ring that you're going to initiate a conflict for.
I'll pass. Ready? Okay. So I'm giving 2.
And I think he went 3 and 1. Tom went 3, Ben went 1.
Actions. Starts with you. Process.
Yep.
And because Tom uses the dial, I'm not sure what Tom's honor is on, but I believe it's probably 7 or 8, maybe as low as 5.
The swordsmith.
What sucks about it is that anything that
Use a swordsmith to get Centipede Tattoo.
I will pass it.
I love Centipede Tattoo because it's kind of
I'll pass.
a crabby card, because if you lose, you stay upright. So you don't want to necessarily win, but you don't want them to break. Pretty awesome. Now, if only Crab could find their monks to play that on.
Military. Here. Both of them.
Well, so military is what you're choosing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get it.
So Tadakatsu gets to choose his
So
ring.
military.
Now, they're all simultaneous choices. Ben doesn't have to declare it. He has, but he doesn't have to declare that he's going military. He says, I am making I'm going to declare a conflict. What ring am I going to use? Because choosing the ring, choosing the type, choosing the province, and choosing the attackers are all considered simultaneous decisions.
Fire.
Do you declare any defenders?
Trying to decide here. I will declare.
No, in reality, of course, they're not.
That's me first.
You typically choose the ring and the type, the attackers, then the province.
I'm not currently running. Centipede tattoo.
Okay.
It's yours.
I'll pass.
You're not breaking.
Put in.
So there's the win but not break from Ben. He's sitting there at 5 military
No, I'm really okay with that.
to
Lloyd.
Tom's 3, I believe.
Actually, yeah, you won. You should retire. Actually, he goes home straight. So,
Yeah, because you lost.
Okay. So then, pre-conflict.
Pass.
Tattooed Wanderer as an attachment.
Tattooed Wanderer as an attachment.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. What I'm going to declare a military.
Okay.
Which rank would you like to bid?
So you're definitely getting the rank.
So there's Tom just saying he's going to declare military somewhere.
Just him?
Yep, just him. Coverting him.
Okay, rally.
Okay.
Rally to the cause is open, is unveiled,
I'll keep it military.
and but Ben doesn't change it because
Now we can see everyone
Yep.
military and
He has more military?
you have more military than me in the conflict, so he gets to ready himself and move himself to the
So he's the only thing there?
Yep.
Okay. But I am winning currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I think it's 5-3 at this point.
Then 5.
Yeah, Ben has moved in as his first. He didn't declare defenders. But he moved in Crisis Breaker and raided him. And so there's the dice show. Makes it 7-3, I believe.
I'll pass.
So I'm breaking currently?
Yeah.
I'll pass. So I'm going to take the ring. I'm going to discard whatever card is in there. I will get the cards in your hands. This
And then
one,
Earthring triggers, gets rid of Cloud the Mind.
so then it's pre-conflict. It's yours.
So now it's pre-conflict declarations. So this is where, unfortunately, they made a mistake. He's using Karada District to pay to take control of Tattooed Wanderer and put it on Satoshi.
I just don't know. He doesn't have the attachment keyword. That's why I was asking.
Tom makes the argument that he doesn't have the keyword, that Tattooed Wanderer doesn't have the attachment keyword. He doesn't have, then what he means is trait, right? But he is an attachment. You play it as an attachment, it becomes an attachment.
I choose your player first, and then I choose an
So.
attachment on them.
Choose an attachment on a character that player controls. So you gave me one. Because it says you may play this character as an attachment with the text. Attached character gains. He does not have the attachment keyword.
Okay.
Yeah, but he is an attachment. So there, he is at. You played him as an attachment. He is an attachment.
I'll steal Centipede.
Okay, and it falls off. One character.
Okay, true.
Oh, so he wants to steal Centipede,
I guess. Yeah.
and it falls off because Mio Satoshi is not a monk.
Taking the die show, which will actually give you. I mean, as long as you don't have you don't have 2 restricted things on there, which you don't.
Okay.
If that's what you were trying to go for, kick something, that would be.
Yeah, that's.
So Tom does let him choose another one in the form of the dice show.
Okay. I'll pass. Oh, what's your
Yeah.
pre-conflict?
I'll pass your conflict.
Okay, my conflict. He literally has 0 military, but I can do political.
It's mine. It's
No. Fire?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the fate, I guess.
He'll choose fire. So Tom is choosing fire for Ben and going at it that way.
I'll go.
So here.
Yeah.
And he's going to, I believe that's shameful. Yes. And of course, Tom, having monks, plays Mantra of Fire to put a fade on Tadakatsu.
You have.
And then draws a card. Because, mantras are cantrips.
I think so.
Well, you're +2 -3. Oh, minus 2 more, so you're
So
1.
I'm a 1.
Plus W1.
It's one political. Mia Satoshi is one political.
And his reactor would go off as well
Okay.
for the master.
Okay.
Pulls out a mantra of water.
Yep.
I'll pass.
So I'm winning.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Okay.
And so pass, and Tom wins it. Because Satoshi is tainted, has tainted money in his pocket. He's a little bit crazy.
I'll play Texas Wanderer as
He is riding a horse,
Okay.
and he does have a dice show,
So then,
but he is dishonored. So there's a whole lot of things going on with Satoshi. Tom comes in and plays a Tattooed Wanderer. Now he's already broken 2. He's going to go for his 3rd here.
I'll pass. I'm going to choose a political. Which we're in.
And he's going political water.
Okay.
Reveals manicured garden.
Suki method.
Katsuki's method to go to 3. So right now he's winning but not breaking.
I'll give him +1, +1.
Okay.
+1, so it's at 4. 4 political.
I'll pass.
Cool. So I'll pass. I break.
He breaks and has another Spies at Court. Wow.
You only have 2 cards in your hand.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Absolutely monstrous couple turns for Tom.
Okay.
Okay. Close conflict.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Please sacrifice himself to put a face.
Sacrificing to put a fate on Satoshi, which I think, honestly, I think it's a mistake. Just get rid of Satoshi. Just get rid of him. Right? He's pulling a card up into your hand, but just get rid of him.
This goes away and I lose an honor. This goes away.
I'd rather put fate on Crisis Breaker, but I don't know. That's a hard choice to make. I only know what I did in the second round against Tom.
Well, yeah, hold on. I want to get rid of that.
Okay.
What's his action?
So he gets rid of the Medicant,
6, 9.
keeps the Visionary and Yokuni against a very weak
5 count.
Satoshi and a 3-1 Crisis Breaker.
You get to choose a flavor if you want.
This is a tough game for Ben. He started fairly well with Satoshi, but Satoshi very quickly became ill.
So it's mine first.
Yep.
I want to discard to give him a fate.
Okay.
It's first.
And Tadakatsu is out there with another fate on him, so he's going to stick around.
Vanguard Warrior punching on it.
Okay.
And one of the things is this tournament has
With
had all the 3 decks legal. So through Fires Within, Tainted Lands, Fires Within, and Breath of Kami. Next week we'll be hosting another tournament which will have all 4 packs from the Elemental Cycle, which will be legal. So that'll give us a little insight maybe into the Gen Con, what the Gen Con decks might look like. Although my decks are not going to look like Gen Con decks. My decks, I usually choose a splash that's a little bit different. Catch people a little bit off their toes or on their heels, whatever the metaphor may be.
you have no cards in hand, right? Nope. Okay.
Draw a card and then I gain 4.
I go to 3.
So Tom is at 3 honor, but he draws 5 cards. So he's got a just god awful handful.
12, 13.
At this point, Ben is just hoping that I think that he just somehow
Appreciate it.
Tom honors himself out. I don't know.
Draw action.
Yep.
Last time he used.
I don't have any pass.
Okay, I'll discard this to draw a card.
Okay.
Just like how you're champion. Okay.
So he uses Imperial Storehouse to draw a card.
Pre-conflict.
Doesn't look excited about the card that he drew.
I'll pay one.
Tom's got something like 6 attachments in his hand.
I pass.
Also pass.
I would declare a military conflict against a military conflict. Cool. Okay.
I'll defend with.
And I can't see. I didn't hear what he said.
Okay.
So I can't quite see what the...
As a reaction, shoot spyglass, I'll draw a card.
what the province is. So it looks like it might be Pilgrimage.
I will.
So, 3, 4, 5, -5, 0. Okay.
Yeah, he's 0.
Yeah, Mia Satoshi's 0-0.
Okay.
Everybody gets +1.
Give everyone +1/+1.
And there's a
Think Goku.
Tainted Koku.
Okay.
Choice.
So he's down 1.
You're not breaking.
I'm not currently breaking.
But you are winning.
I am not winning.
You're not winning.
I have
And
9
Okay.
to your. You had 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
So it's 9-12 right now. Tom is losing. There's a Fiery Madness.
Much.
So it's 9-10.
Much. I'll pass.
So it's 9-10.
Hurricane Punch.
Hurricane Punch gives it 11-10.
+2 military, and I draw a card.
Okay.
And he draws another Hurricane Punch.
I'll pass.
Hurricane Punch.
13-10.
Pass.
Bonsai.
Okay.
13-10.
Bill lose the honor to
17-10.
+4.
Are you breaking yet?
That's 8. No,
You're not?
I'm 1 away from breaking currently.
I'll
He's 1 away from breaking. And here it comes.
You can still
Ready?
use your shot.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a katana for the win. And there it is, folks.
Again.
Dragon just went right over Crab.
Yeah.
The Koku and the Fiery Madness on Satoshi just killed Ben.
Started off so awful with the.
We'll have more videos coming. Take care, and thanks for listening.